Hi, I'm Joshua Dowling from Sydney, Australia, and you're watching the Watercraft Journal.
The current Kawasaki Ultra jet ski has been around in some form or another since 2007, back when it first launched with what was, at the time, an industry-leading 250 horsepower, supercharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine. Over the years, the Ultra has had numerous power upgrades, 260 horsepower in 2009, 300 horsepower in 2011, and finally pushing out 310 horsepower in 2014. Retaining its place as the most powerful watercraft on the market today, and that is narrowly ahead of Sea-Doo's 300 horsepower, supercharged 1.6-liter three-cylinder Rotax. While visually most of the model year changes have amounted to new color schemes and graphics, over the years Kawasaki has continuously improved the engine's internals with upgraded valve train including stronger timing chains, a dramatically improved engine and oiling cooling, and switched to an Eaton Twin Vortices Roots-type supercharger for better strength and durability. And in case you were wondering, Kawasaki is running 16.8 pounds worth of boost through that sucker. The engine's 1,498cc displacement and bore and stroke are the same as the engine in the naturally aspirated STX 160X, but the internals are way more heavy duty, and the compression ratio is 8.2 to 1 versus a non-supercharged 10.6 to 1. Kawasaki has adopted the if it ain't broke don't fix it philosophy for its proven Ultra 310 package. The overall shape of the hull and top deck have gone predominantly unchanged since 2007. However, given that it's been a while since we've been on one of these Kawasaki's, we thought it was time to get reacquainted, especially against the backdrop of the new Yamaha FX series released last year and the new Sea-Doo ST3 hull released 3 years ago. So, we met up with Newcastle Jet Ski Center to put this 2020 Kawasaki Ultra 310R jet ski through its paces. In the US, there are 4 versions of the supercharged Ultra, starting with the 310X at $15,299, the 310X Special Edition at $15,799, the 310R at $16,299, and the flagship 310LX at $17,999, all of which does not include the trailer, registration, sales tax, and destination charge. In Australia, where this test was done, there are only 3 models in this range, starting with the 310X at $20,999, the 310R at $22,299, and the 310LX at $24,399, excluding trailer and registration, but includes the taxes. At first glance, it's easy to see why Kawasaki hasn't changed the top deck. It has the most storage space in its class, equaling 56 gallons total, including a handy bucket that sits atop the massive cargo hold under the hood. There's a generous glove box which is shared with the immobilizer key slot. However, unlike Kawasaki's newer and smaller STX 160 sibling, there's no separate waterproof compartment for a phone, wallet, or car keys. Additionally, there's also a small storage pocket beneath the rear passenger seat, ideal for a dock line or tow rope. The Kawasaki's 20.6 gallon fuel tank is still the biggest in the business, and just so happens to be shared with the STX 160 line for 2020, providing the Ultra more capacity than the 18.6 gallon tanks in both the 2020 Sea-Doo RX-TX 300 and the Yamaha FX SVHO, although the topic of range is a different story. With so much boost on tap, the jet ski is notoriously thirsty, and while we calculated a total range of 80 miles, some claim slightly higher when carefully feathering the throttle. A fold-down boarding step is standard. The rear deck is low and easy to climb back on. A textured HydroTurf traction mat covers the deck and footwells, and the 310R features its race-inspired seat that's wrapped in a proprietary textured material to provide added grip when snapping off a tight turn. As for seat comfort, the Kawasaki Ultra 310R has slightly less knee room than other offerings in its class, making the rider feel like they're sitting low and very wide in the saddle. Keeping your legs in this position can become tiresome over long distances or after pounding through some rough water, so it's best to switch up your posture over time. Although the seat provides decent levels of comfort while sitting over short distances, we found standing to be preferable. For what it's worth, our backseat passenger said the Ultra 310R was far more comfortable to ride 2 up versus the competition that we had ridden the day before, so that's a definite win for Kawasaki. A carryover from the previous decade is Kawasaki's continued use of a handbrake style reverse lever, which is mounted on the left of the center console. Rivals Sea-Doo and Yamaha have more convenient reverse levers on the left of the handlebars, which is handy for low-speed maneuvers and provides those machines with a verifiable braking system, an almost mandatory safety feature in today's marketplace. As a side note to those familiar with competing brands and transferring to a Kawasaki, aside from the awkward operation of the bulky reverse lever, you need to turn the handlebars in the opposite direction as you would when reversing a Sea-Doo or Yamaha. Certainly as an owner you would get used to this over time, but for the uninitiated it'll take some doing to master it. But that's not to say the Ultra 310R is not without its features and innovations. The 310R features motocross style handlebars fixed to a cast aluminum steering neck instead of a soft plastic tilting joint, providing the rider with a stronger, more precise steering feel. Mounted to the electro-plated handlebars are the controls for the quick response electric trim, cruise control, and no wake mode that secures the speed at 5 miles per hour. Although not a programmable setting, the 310R will display an eco alert on the digital dashboard when you're operating the throttle in the engine's most efficient position. Finally, a yellow Smart Learning Operation, or SLO key, is available if you want to let a novice take a turn. It dramatically decreases the 310R's initial launch and all but completely scrubs the big blower's boost, dropping the top speed down into the low 40s. Speaking of which, the Kawasaki Ultra 310R has without a doubt one of the most violent launches of a modern supercharged personal watercraft available today. From a near standstill, the Ultra 310R roars out of the gate, its supercharger whining at a near ear-splitting pitch. Although it's all but impossible to get a true 0 to 60 time since watercraft don't start from a standstill, we managed the best of 3.5 seconds to 60 miles per hour. Top speed lingered in the high end of 67 miles per hour, but conditions weren't ideal, even for the big Kawasaki's deep V hull. To that point, the hull, intake grate, ride plate, and sponsons have remained unchanged since 2007. But, as we said earlier, this is a proven package and age has not wearied it. The hull is made from hand-laid fiberglass, which is particularly rare in an era of lightweight materials used by rivals, and is known for its 22.5 degree dead rise. This, combined with its 1,047-pound curb weight and integrated splash deflectors, makes it a weapon of choice for many who regularly traverse choppy waters. The Ultra's hull certainly has the deepest draft of any of the full-size supercharged runabouts today. While this might cost the 310R a little in the top-end category, it definitely benefits the machine by giving it tremendous stability, particularly at speed, and very predictive cornering under throttle. Even though it feels like a big machine, it's surprisingly responsive, showcasing similar reflexes to the new generation Yamaha FX series. The Kawasaki turns naturally across its speed range, and that's a huge win. At times, the Kawasaki Ultra 310R feels a bit like a monster. Everything about this jet ski has been turned up to 11. Everything about it is huge. Big power, big storage, big fuel capacity. Heck, even the lime green beams brighter than the regular old Kawasaki green. Just everything is over the top. But with so much power on tap and lacking a functional brake, this is definitely not the machine to hand over to a first-time rider, but rather belongs in the hands of someone with more experience. And that's really it. A brake. A brake is the only thing that truly stands between the 2020 Kawasaki Ultra 310R and greatness. Special thanks to Newcastle Jet Ski Center who provided us with our test watercraft today. Please make sure to click the link in the description to visit their site and virtual showroom. I'm Kevin Shaw and thanks for watching the Watercraft Journal. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment. We'd love to hear back from you. And if you like seeing videos like these, please help grow our channel by sharing it with your friends. It's truly the best way to help spread the word. And if you haven't already, please make sure not to miss any future videos by subscribing below. Until then, come check us out at www.watercraftjournal.com, where new articles and reviews are published every day, Monday through Friday.